I tend to find myself trying to make a deal with God, like I'm in a marketplace or spiritual trading floor. Backhanded promises of value and future flourishing, like, I'll definitely do it if you give me what I'm asking for. I tend to spend my prayer time trying not to manipulate and lie, as if I pray to reciprocate a gift from the Most High, like trying to control the things my soul cannot perceive, like if I get the part I'll win this time, then I'll believe. Like if I get more money, then I'll use it to do good, like I'm trying really hard, so you should help, give me a push, like open up that door for me and see what I can do. I want to make a better world, I've got something to prove. Like you should see what I would do if my numbers came in. I'd share it with the others and I swear I'd never sin. I only need a stage, if you could build me one, you'd see the light that I could shine if you just shine your light on me. But then I hear the universe just giggling away, a whisper in my spirit that feels visceral and safe, the infinite, the immaculate. Imagine what they say, like he's trying to make a deal again instead of having faith. Remember when he thought that he was broke, he was depressed, but it's the reason he appreciates the money that he gets. Remember when he wanted all those shiny things that time, and because he didn't get it, it's the thing that saved his life. Remember when he went off course and nearly had a crash and I blew a multicolored wind to nudge him back on track. Remember when he cried and screamed and asked us where we were, frantically on hands and knees and desperate in the dirt. And remember when he went to court and nearly got the gold and he thought that he lost everything, blamed everyone involved. Remember when he cursed the sky and thought he was alone, but all that pain was digging out the riches of his soul. Remember all the years that he spent swimming in regret that made him stronger, so he'll never drown and do those things again. Remember all the trauma carved into his memory, grew new branches filled with answers, and they gave him empathy. Remember he felt lost and when he didn't understand all the things that happened were for bigger, better plans. Remember he was thirsty in that oasis that he found, and though it quenched his thirst, he was concerned with the amount. If only he had faith, he'd know he'd never go without, and if we gave it all at once to him, he certainly would drown. If only he would use his mind just simply as a tool and see the wars his ego caused as necessary school, he'd be looser and less rigid and he could enjoy the dance. He'd remember that behind the chaos there's a simple calm. He'd remember that a torch is strongest when it's in its dark, that will guide him on his journey from his mind into his heart. He'd remember to surrender and stop recounting his steps, and remember being present is the antidote to death. If only he had faith, then he could get out of his mind and he'd be comfortable and comfortable and see it as divine. He never would be fearful and he'd never want to hide, because he'd remember all he'd been through, he'd remember he survived. And when I get that glimpse of faith, that peak in the beyond, and I hear the sacred melody of the infinite song, I forget where I am going, I remember where I'm from. For a second I can rest like God has been here all along. I feel release and get a freedom that within me come unlocked, and I invest my energy to otherworldly stocks. Then I start connecting, manifesting what I want, and write a poem about my faith and try and make a deal with God.